All right, so we're back and ready to dive into from and specifically Season 3, Episode 9. Revelations. Chapter 1.
Oh, yeah.
This one was like a roller coaster, right?
No, absolutely, yeah.
Fatima disappearing,
Oh.
Tabitha's visions, the faraway tree is back.
Mhm.
Just the tension building the whole time.
For sure.
It's so interesting how this episode really goes into the idea of reincarnation.
Yeah.
You think that's what the writers are doing? Like hinting that everyone's caught in this endless cycle, living their past lives again and again.
Right. I mean, you've got to wonder with Tabitha's vision, right, of Victor's mother, Miranda.
Oh, yeah, that was so intense.
It felt so real, like she was actually there.
Like she wasn't just seeing it. What if she was actually experiencing Miranda's death?
Right, exactly. Like, what if Tabitha I.S. Miranda?
Reincarnated, yeah.
Reincarnated, yeah. And then you think about all her other visions. Like, her connection to this town runs way deeper than we thought.
It's like she's tapping into some shared memory, a history, like embedded in the town itself. And then there's Fatima, stuck in the root cellar. Her pregnancy is, like, on fast forward.
Yeah, supernaturally fast forward.
And then that hatch right before the kimono woman stops her.
Oh, man, so many cliffhangers in this one.
It's like they just keep throwing them at us.
Right. Okay, but hold on, that hatch. What do you think is down there?
I don't even know where to start.
Is it a way out? The source of all the evil? The root of it all? Literally, with the root cellar, right?
Ooh, that's good, yeah.
It always has that creepy vibe.
It's like that Pandora's box, right? You don't want to open.
Exactly.
And you know what else keeps popping up? The Faraway Tree.
Oh.
Like a beacon, you know?
Right, it's like a character itself, always watching.
And Victor trying to destroy it. All that guilt over his mom.
Mm.
But then the boy in white stops him. Says the tree is important, but doesn't say why.
Yeah, like we're getting little pieces of the puzzle, but not the whole picture.
Exactly. So why is it so important? We've seen it connected to so many things. The disappearances, those Nkui kids, even time travel.
Right.
What if by trying to destroy it, Victor actually makes things worse? Like, gives the town more power?
I mean, it's possible, and those Nkui kids, they're like mystical guides almost.
Yeah, pointing to the truth.
But their motives, totally unclear.
Totally. And then there's Boyd. Poor Boyd. His Parkinson's is back.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking seeing him struggle again.
So especially when he's trying to hold everyone together.
Yeah.
Be the leader, you know.
Absolutely.
Do you think his illness could be, like, tied to the town's power? Something that weakens anyone who tries to fight it?
Oh, wow. Yeah. That would fit with everything else, right? These cycles we keep seeing. Not just reincarnation, but Boyd getting sick again.
Right, exactly.
It's like the town itself is alive,
Pushing people in certain directions.
whether they like it or not.
Yeah, that's creepy. But there's still hope, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like when everyone comes together to look for Fatima.
Yes. Putting aside their differences.
That instinct to help each other.
Despite all the fear and the weirdness.
Yeah, there's still that human connection.
It's a good reminder.
So much happened in this episode. It's just
Packed.
so many questions. What's buried under this town? What is the Faraway Tree really? And what's waiting for Fatima beyond that hatch?
Right. So many good questions. That's what makes From so good. It keeps us guessing, keeps us digging.
Yeah, like detectives with a puzzle. But each clue just makes the mystery bigger.
Exactly.
You know, Fatima's situation, especially with the pregnancy, reminded me of Rosemary's Baby, you know?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
That dread, the unknown with childbirth.
Right, right.
But here, it's even more unsettling with the supernatural element.
Yeah, it's like classic horror, but totally unique. And it makes you think, you know?
Definitely. Speaking of thinking, remember that German document? Yeah, Aufbereiten for Notebook LM.pdf.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
was like a treasure map for this episode, pointing to all the big themes and theories.
Totally.
And especially with Fatima, her journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's all been leading to this, to the root cellar.
Makes you wonder what's next.
For sure. It even connected it to Boyd's Parkinson's.
Oh, right.
It's like they're both caught in these cycles, repeating over and over.
It makes you think, are these cycles just random? Or is there something like controlling them?
Ooh, that's creepy.
Right. And the document even suggested a connection between Fatima's pregnancy and the town's power.
Okay, yeah.
Like her baby could be a big part of what happens next.
That's a little scary, honestly. It's giving me those Nkui kids vibes, you know?
Yes. And remember how the document talked about them? And the Faraway Tree?
Oh, yeah, like they're protecting it.
Guardians, almost.
It makes you wonder about Victor trying to destroy it.
Yeah.
especially with the time travel stuff.
Yeah.
What if the tree is actually like a bridge between different times or even dimensions?
Whoa.
Victor could really mess things up.
Disrupting the balance, yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And the document even hinted at a connection between the Faraway Tree and the root cellar.
Really?
Like they might be more connected than we realize.
It makes the name root cellar even creepier.
Right. It's not just the cellar. It's like the root of everything.
The origin.
What if that hatch leads to a passage connecting the root cellar to the Faraway Tree?
Oh, wow.
A secret path to all the town's mysteries.
Like a whole underground labyrinth.
Yeah, exactly.
But what's waiting for Fatima on the other side?
That's a big question, right?
The document had some interesting ideas. Remember the reincarnation theory?
Yeah.
What if Fatima's baby, born in this weird town, is the key to breaking the cycle?
That would be something.
Or what if, and this is a bit scary, what if the baby is like a vessel for the town's power?
Okay, that's a little too much to think about right now.
No, it's intense.
And the kimono woman, she's guarding the hatch, right? Is
Yeah.
she protecting Fatima or trying to keep something in?
So the motives are such a puzzle.
Yeah, the document didn't really say.
But it did mention she's in a lot of folklore and myths,
Real.
often tied to spirits, guardians, transitions between worlds.
It makes you think, is she like a part of the town itself?
Protecting its secrets.
Deciding who gets to see them.
Makes it even more complicated, right? Is the town's power good, bad? Is it helping people or using them?
It's so hard to tell.
I know, and that's what makes From so good.
Yeah.
It's scary, it's interesting, it's complex.
It gets under your skin.
Totally.
This episode, it wasn't just about the scares. It made you think about what it means to be human.
For sure, all that vulnerability, the struggle to survive.
Yeah, searching for meaning when everything's crazy.
And that's what connects with us, right? It's not just a show, it's reflecting our own fears.
Like about being alone, losing things, just life being fragile.
Exactly.
But it also shows that even in the darkest times, there's still hope, that resilience.
Yes, that little spark.
It makes you want to believe things can get better.
Even when it seems impossible.
That's powerful stuff.
And that's the magic of storytelling.
Yeah.
It lets us explore these big ideas, face our fears.
And ultimately connect with each other.
Beautifully put.
So as we wrap up this part of our dive into Revelations, Chapter 1, something from the document really stuck with me. Remember how it talked about cycles? These repeating patterns that trap people?
Oh, yeah, I kept coming back to that. Like, the town's history isn't a straight line, it's a circle.
Right, exactly.
And it makes you wonder, do you think those cycles are a curse?
Hmm.
Or could they be a chance to grow, learn from mistakes, break free?
It makes you think about what free will even means in this town.
Right. Like, do they have any control?
The document talked about community, too.
Oh, yeah, like strength in numbers.
What was it? United we stand, divided we fall.
Exactly. But with a supernatural twist.
What if that's the key?
To breaking the cycle, yeah.
If they can all come together, fight back as one.
Maybe they can overcome whatever's holding them down.
It all comes back to Boyd, doesn't it?
He's like the symbol of hope.
Even though he's struggling, getting sicker.
Right, but he's still trying to lead.
Guide them to a better future.
Do you think he can do it?
Break the cycle?
Or will he just, succumb to it?
It's like we're seeing his struggles from season 1 all over again.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
The town has a way of finding your weak spots, doesn't it?
Totally. Physical and emotional.
Exploiting them.
Pushing you to the edge.
So can Boyd overcome all that?
Be the leader they need.
It's a big question.
And it makes you think about everyone else. Can they find their own strength? Resist the darkness.
It's like a test of their humanity almost.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can't forget about Fatima.
Oh, no, she's right at the center of it all.
That pregnancy, it's like a ticking time bomb.
Literally, with how fast it's going.
Will her baby be the key? Or is it going to bring even more darkness?
I honestly don't know. Fatima is so good at keeping us guessing. You think you know what's coming, and then bam.
Curveball.
Exactly. But that's what keeps us hooked.
Like a puzzle box with all these hidden layers?
We get a little closer each episode. But the big picture is still a mystery.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. We've talked about cycles, escaping, all that. But what if the real escape isn't about leaving the town at all?
Oh, interesting.
What if it's about learning to live with its power?
Like understanding it.
Maybe even using it.
Is that even possible?
I don't know, but it's something to think about.
Is the town's power inherently bad? Or could it be, like, both good and bad,
It's so ambiguous.
which is what we love about From
He makes
That.
you question everything.
And ultimately, it makes you think about your own choices.
What would you do in that situation?
It's a question that sticks with you.
That's what makes this deep dive worth it. We're not just talking about a TV show. We're
Yeah.
talking about big ideas, human nature.
Connecting with something deeper.
Absolutely. So as we wait for the finale, keep those theories coming.
Journey's not over yet.
The answers are going to be mind-blowing. I can feel it.
For sure. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time, keep exploring.